American Prohibition. The people are empty. This is a recipe for making wine. Drinking all depends on rubbing. Can you believe it? The current drug epidemic. 100 years ago. It's drugs. It's illegal to drink alcohol. However, the wood is folded. You have to look at everything in order. The US government has suddenly cut across the board. It's all done. I turned whiskey into a cold. The store relies on wine to sell more than 500 branches. The black man relies on smuggling to enter the country. The government can't take it anymore. And then they used the law to destroy the law. Why is it so beautiful to suddenly buy? What about the cruel prohibition? January 27, 1920. American alcoholic. When you wake up, it's all broken. One day, it's all illegal to make wine in the United States. I'm just looking for 3 or 5 friends to have dinner and drink at home. Once caught, this is the price. Half a year in prison. You know, before that, drinking alcohol in the United States is a very common thing. In particular, the United States was a British colony. Many Americans migrate to the Americas to live. One day at work, tired waist and back pain. So alcoholic beverages were the stuff of the early American workers. It's a comfort to be tired. Over time, many Americans have become alcoholics. Drink in the morning and drink at noon. Come home from get off work at night, want to drink. And many of those immigrants were Puritans. And they drink back. Wine is the origin of wine. The warehouse followed suit. They stand out for approval. The drunk man comes home and beats his wife. Many families are shattered. It's all because of that glass of wine. So the Pilgrims and women became the first to fashion the bones of the first batch of forbidden alcohol in the United States. The United States made another call. The Anti-Saudi Alliance. This guy's name is N. Wheeler. Staring at politicians' votes. As long as this is anti-alcohol. And they kicked them out. So many politicians have to hard watch support prohibition. Until 1917. It exploded. So wait for prohibition. He's with the police. When they buy wine, they need food. You can't fight the belly of the man in front of you. Hat buckled down. Dare to fight against alcohol. Anti-alcohol prohibition is equivalent to anti-terrorism. If you don't pay, just wait for the vote. Vote and wait for your political career to expire. So it was 1917. The Congress has adopted the 18th Amendment. Ratified by 36 states in 1919. January 17, 1920. The United States has officially entered prohibition. The people who supported prohibition were instantly boiling. This is the greatest moral leap in the history of the United States. This American airplane is going to be empty. All families will be united. No more beating of a girl's heart. Prohibition was good. But they forgot one thing. Everything has to be studied in sequence. As long as the demand for alcohol disappears, prohibition will never happen. Prohibition went into effect on the first day. Something happened in Chicago. 6. The masked man took it directly. $10 worth of drinks. It's just not the beginning. The next 10 years, the American people have played out the policies at the top and the strategies at the bottom. You know, it's not just for drinking. It has a very general purpose as well. And so that leaves a lot of room. The store was suddenly out of wine. But there is no such thing as life. This is the Prohibition Act. Yes, the photo is available. You can prescribe wine for the patient. Then the patient can go to the store for a reason. Only 473 milliliters every 10 days. It must be dead. People are alive. Start with those who have a way. Find the familiar one. This is the right place. You can go to the shop to buy wine. Why do you need to drink alcohol? That's more. Like insomnia. Even a toothache. All meet the requirements of. Prohibition hasn't been in effect for half a year. 15,000 of them. 57,000 people applied for wine photos. More than 45,000 people in the US. This is where you can buy raw wine. In 1922, the United States did an inspection. More than half of all my students are doing this. Whiskey is a necessary remedy. Except for the raw material channel. Religious beverages are legal. The United States is a multi-religious organization. Like the Catholic Church. I use wine for almost everything I do. And this is completely legal. Since Prohibition came out, there are more and more priests in the United States. The alcohol consumption in America has increased tenfold. For those who have no way to find a way to live. What about people who drink with priests? Don't panic, the law just prohibits alcohol. But not at home. Give it out as long as you drink it yourself. Not take it. We didn't have any friends, we had dinner and drinks. It doesn't count either. So the person who served alcohol in the original city. Go and buy something called grapes. This is what you'll find in grapes. It dissolves in water. Put it on for a month. Sweet wine will do. The merchant avoided the warehouse. You put a warning on the grape. Do not dissolve in water. If not, it will be turned into wine. I understand. This is the place. 300. It's nothing. And the biggest impact of all was that it helped make black money work. You think it's called black? And that's the idea of extrajudicial trafficking. Prohibition. Many people are eyeing it. Low-cost, high-cost businesses. The more people are afraid. All drugs are felonies. Once caught, you have to sit through the bottom of the prison. But it's not natural. But not a big charge. It will take more than 3 or 5 years to go out. So speaky assy. And each one of them is black. This is the source. Chang fights. There are even some black clothes that need to be protected. Received public. And the thorniest is the Prohibition Bureau. The first step is to founded for the implementation of Prohibition. The fruit black is desperately trying to send it to others. This is the gold medal for avoiding death. Prohibition had been going on for 10 years. The law and order in the United States is getting worse and worse. Before Prohibition, it's about 6.1 out of every 10 Americans. And no alcohol was allowed. The number of words has reached 9.7. The idea was to rely on Prohibition to reduce crime. It turns out that more and more crimes are banned. And the government spends every year on Prohibition. That's $1,000 higher. There's less good wine every year. The US government is really doing the math. 10 years of Prohibition. It cost us hundreds of dollars for nothing. And that goes most to black. The stock market crashed in 1929. This is the big one. You're going crazy. The common people can hardly eat it. Everyone suddenly reacted. Keep good wine. No. What do you have to do with morality? In 1932, Wolford went to the warehouse. As soon as he went to the warehouse, he directly canceled the lifting of the ban. Those who supported Prohibition. There are no anti-alcohol people. All the Bs support him. The best. The 21st Amendment of 1933. Except for the 18th Amendment. The end of the 13-year Prohibition was announced. The day the ban was lifted. All American bars are boiling. People are pouring wine. Cut wish. Here's one. Why don't you mention the big company? How can people be moralized again? Everyone only knows. You can take a sip of the wine with integrity. Looking back at the United States 10-year ban on alcohol. The order is really good. But it's killing one person in the world. You can't go too far.